Hello everybody and welcome back to The Path to Carcosa. Before we begin, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. It really helps out the channel. With that out of the way, today we are going to be playing Scenario 5 of Phantom of Truth. Alright, so before we get into it, let's start with our Investigator Setup and draw our opening hands. So, as always for York, we're going to be looking for items. We have a chainsaw, cherished keepsake, Gravedigger Shovel, Vicious Blow, and Look What I Found. I think we're going to be tossing all three of these. The Gravedigger Shovel, Vicious Blow, and Look What I Found shouldn't be too useful, but maybe I'll come to regret that. Three more, we won't get this. And we have Look What I Found, Stand Together, and Bury Them Deep. Alright, that's pretty good. We will need a lot of clues in this scenario, I think, so this ought to be good. Alright, so now for Min. Lucky, Archaic Glyphs, Pathfinder, another Archaic Glyphs, and Eureka. Well, we're definitely going to keep the Pathfinder. I think we will also keep the Archaic Glyphs, and we'll keep one Archaic Glyphs. Don't toss the rest. So we have Dr. Mylan, Christopher, Look What I Found, and Eureka. I think that's pretty good. Having Dr. Mylan around is always a good time. All right, so let's get into this. I'm going to zoom in right now, and let's start reading on the story. Scenario 5, A Phantom of Truth. Check campaign log. If the king claimed its victims, it did not. So we skip to intro 2. It has been several weeks since the events in the asylum, and you are still no closer to the truth about the King in Yellow and Carcosa. You have scoured the city for signs of the others Daniel had mentioned, the ones who are opening the path to Carcosa, but found nothing. Either the trail has gone cold, or they are no longer in Arkham. Perhaps Daniel truly was insane, and you are only following him deeper down the rabbit hole. Every night you toss and turn as you are subjected to vivid dreams of Carcosa, its black stars, twin suns, shattered moons, and twisted spires. Continue to dream one. Don't get lost. All right, let's do this. So, where is dream one? Dream one. There it is. Is that it? Yep. You fall through the empty abyss of Hali. Creatures of unknown and impossible origin lurk just beyond the darkness of your sight. H-Man looms above you, magnificent and yet bound in his prison of madness, manipulating your torturous descent with a sole outstretched arm. Each investigator has earned the Lost Soul weakness, the Path to Carcosa number 227. Does not count towards deck size. Shuffle one copy of this weakness into each investigator's deck. Continue to dream 2. All right, I'm going to go grab that. Let's see where it is. There they are. 1 and 2. So yes, here is Lost Soul. Let's read that out. It is a madness and a pact. Revelation. Check campaign log. If you have more or equal doubt than conviction, test Intellect X, where X is your willpower. If you fail, take 2 damage. Or, if you have more conviction than doubt, test Willpower X, where X is your intellect. If you fail, take 2 damage. So it looks like we have more doubt, so this is going to be testing our intellect, which is probably okay for Min, but a bit rough for York. All right, continue to dream 2. Where the heck is dream 2? Dream 2, there it is. Dream 2. Constance takes your hand and pulls you into the polished dance floor. Come now, don't be shy. Tonight is a night for dancing, for celebration. Check campaign log. If the king claimed its victims, it did not. If the above is not true and you intruded on a secret meeting. We did do that. Yes. Dream 3, because we chose to go back at the end of Last King. So dream 3 is over here. Let's see if it's still in. Yep, it's still there. If it isn't our esteemed guest, the man with the mustache and the silver-handled cane says. He grabs a bottle of wine from the nearby countertop and pours you a glass. I hear you have taken quite the interest in our little production, he says with a smile. Tell me, how are you enjoying Act 2 so far? Continue to dream 6. Dream 6 is right below it. Okay. The lights of the theater dim and a spotlight shines on the stage. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the creature exclaims. Its many tentacles reach across the stage, up into the rafters and throughout the aisles. It tears the curtains down, and tattered red cloth falls over its bulbous form. Check campaign log. If the police are suspicious of you, they are not. So we continue to dream 8, which is here. This one, right? Yeah. You peer in the mirror, and the stranger peers back at you. His gaze drills into your mind. The mirror shatters. Check campaign log. If there are 3 or fewer tally marks under chasing the stranger, continue to dream 9. We have 5. So there are 4 or more. We can continue to dream 10. That's over here. Oh, God. You chase the stranger up a steep staircase of broken stone, a torrent of rain crashing upon your back as you run. Lightning flashes in the distance. A vortex of swirling black clouds looms above you, threatening to swallow the world whole. The masked man dashes through a wide set of doors atop the stairs, and you follow close behind. The sound of crashing thunder is muffled as the doors close behind you. Looking up, you see a familiar depiction in stained glass. Beautiful, is it not? The stranger says quietly. The investigators must decide. How could any of this be beautiful to you? Continue to dream 11. What exactly am I looking at? Continue to dream 12. We're going to choose dream 12 because we are going doubt. So let's go to dream 12, which is right over there. There. You peer up at the stained glass, curious. What is the shape of the shadow along the window? What is the meaning behind this strange design? Mark 1 doubt in your campaign log. Continue to dream 13. So we currently have 4 doubt and 2 conviction. Dream 13 is right to the left, to the right. Daniel's voice calls out to you. They are opening the path to Carcosa. Continue to awakening. Here it is. You awaken from your fitful dream, sweating and gagging. This cannot go on any longer. You have only one option if you are to continue your investigation. You must find Nigel Engram, director of the King in Yellow and architect of this madness. Only he will have the answers you seek. You pack your bags and plan your trip to Paris, the City of Lights. Check campaign log. If Jordan Perry is listed under VIP's interviewed. Yes, other than Constance, he's the only other person we interviewed. So let's go to Jordan's information. According to Mr. Jordan Perry, who had financed several performances of the King in Yellow across the world, Nigel Engram was an eccentric and impassioned man, almost to the point of mania. Rumor was he hadn't directed any other works since discovering the King in Yellow. Jordan had first met with Mr. Engram at a cafe in Montparnasse. L'Agneau Perdu. You travel there first, hoping to find Mr. Engram. Each investigator begins the game with 3 additional resources. Instead of the normal starting location, each investigator begins play at Montparnasse. Oh, that's cool. So we have 8 resources for the both of us. That's actually pretty good for mid. That's great. Proceed to setup. All right. Setup. Gather all cards from the following encounter sets. A Phantom of Truth, Evil Portents, Byaki, The Stranger, Agents of H-Guy, and the Midnight Masks. These sets are indicated by the following icons. When gathering the Midnight Mask encounter sets, only gather the 5 treachery cards, 2 false leads, and 3 hunting shadows. Do not gather the location, act, agenda, or scenario reference cards from that set. All right, so we have Phantom of Truth, Evil Portents, Byaki, The Stranger, Agents of H-Man, and the Midnight Masks, those 5 encounter cards. All right, so let's get these out of here. Check campaign log. If you have more or equal doubt than conviction. We have more doubt than conviction, so we do that. Search the gathered encounter sets for both copies of Twin Suns and all 3 copies of Hunting Shadow and remove them from the game. Okay. Twin Suns, and Hunting Shadow. Okay. Right, so these ones were the ones from the Midnight Mask encounter set. Okay, remove those from the game. During the scenario, use Act 1, the Parisian Conspiracy version 1. The other version of Act 1 is removed from the game. Okay, let me just quickly zoom out so I can just get everything in place. So it's here. These are the agendas. Parisian Conspiracy version 1, we're removing 2 from the game. And we have our acts. And then it says, choose one of the 2 Montmartre locations, one of the 2 Opera Garnier locations, and one of the two Le Marais locations at random. Put the chosen location into play. Remove the other versions of those locations from the game. Okay, so we have 2 Montmartre, Après Gagné, and Le Marais. Okay, these are the locations. So let me just quickly get a die. Okay, so let's start with Montmartre. Odd and then even to keep, I guess. 4, so we're going to keep the second one, removing this first one. Same thing with Opéra Garnier. 6, so remove the first one. And Le Marais, 6 again, so remove the first one. Okay. For the remaining locations, Montparnasse, Gare d'Orsay, Grand Guignol, Canal Saint-Martin, Père Lachaise Cemetery, Notre-Dame, and Gardens of Luxembourg into play. Each investigator begins play at Gare d'Orsay, except for us. We are beginning play in, where are we? Montparnasse. Okay. All right, let me just quickly move this. So we start down here in Montparnasse, or down here. Grand Guignol is up here. Canal Saint-Martin up there. Gare d'Orsay is here. Père Lachaise over here. Notre-Dame, Gardens of Luxembourg, Montmartre, Opéra Garnier, Le Marais. Okay, so then figure out these location connections. So Montparnasse is connected to all 3 of those. These are connected like this, so like a little V thing. These are connected up. Here and here. And this is connected like this. And like this. And then that one's down that way. Okay. Okay, I think that makes sense. And then basically the same thing over here, except there's another one. Okay, good. Pretty self-explanatory, I think. And then these are like a triangle. Okay. Set the double-sided organist enemy out of play. Okay. If there are any remaining copies of Lost Soul, set them aside out of play. Shuffle the remaining encounter cards. All right. So I will go do that and be right back. And we are now ready to begin. So let's zoom in and take a look at our agenda. The first night. As you step off the train in Gare d'Orsay, the sun sinks below the Paris skyline. You cannot waste any time. If Nigel Engram is somewhere in Paris, you have to find him and wring the answers from him, one way or another. While you have more conviction than doubt, the agenda against this, but we do not. We have more doubt than conviction. So we are good. And our acts, the Parisian Conspiracy, version 1. You pass the church of Saint Barnabé as you exit the train station and cannot help but overhear the organ playing. Is there a sermon this late in the evening? You marvel at the wild and strange chords for a moment before continuing. Paris is a big city, and you have very few leads. Objective, spend the requisite number of clues to advance. Objective, at the end of the round, if there are 3 or more doom in play, advance. So we want to advance before that happens if possible. And we are starting in Montparnasse. This area is known for its cafes and bars, and is often frequented by starving artists. Perhaps some of these creative types will become famous someday. Most, you assume, will fade into obscurity. 2 shroud, 1 per clues. Free triggered ability, discard a card from your hand. Gain resources equal to the number of willpower icons on the discarded card. Limit once per round. Alrighty, and we are ready to go. So there are 2 clues there. Let's have Will start with a a geared up turn. So he will play the chainsaw for 3 resources and play his cherished keepsake. That is his whole turn. Well, actually, before that. Then we need to short supply. So let's see what he discards. Sharpeners, bandages, Derringer, backpack, the man in the pellet mask. So that's not great. The next 5, Greater Good Shovel, Hit Me, Emergency Cash 3, Overpower, and the 18 Derringer. Okay. Well, obviously there's a lot of assets in there, so that's good. Playing the Sharpeners off of that is good. I had hoped for some weaknesses, but what can you do? All right, Min. You're going to start by playing Dr. Mylan, of course. And I think you're going to investigate. We do want some cards, so... no, that's fine. Let's investigate twice. So we're currently 5-2 twice. Oh, I didn't actually read the scenario reference card. What am I doing? Here we go. Sorry, let me zoom in again for that. So we're playing on standard difficulty. We have 3 skulls, which are a -X. X is the amount of doom in play, maximum to a 5. And I believe we have 2 elder things right now. Is that right? Yes. Which are a -2 if you fail. Lose 1 resource for each point you failed by. So -2 is not terrible. Okay, zooming back out. Okay, so she is investigating 5-2. That is a 0, so we will get a clue, and we'll gain a resource from Dr. Mylan. And let's do it again. Elder Sign. All right, we didn't commit anything, but we still get it nonetheless. So we get a clue, we get a resource, and just remember to actually put the supplies on the chainsaw. All right, let's go to Upkeep. York will draw another chainsaw, gain a resource. Min will draw a resourceful, gain a resource. Alrighty, so we have 1 doom in play. We need to make sure we get 2 more clues before we advance. And we have York's first card is a false lead. If you have no clues, it gains Surge. Otherwise, you would test an intellect test. So I'm glad he doesn't have clues. So his actual first card is Twisted 2 as well. If there is no doom in play, it gains Surge. Otherwise, test Willpower X, where X is the amount of doom in play, so that's Willpower 1. If you fail, discard 2 cards from your hand at random. He's currently 3-1. It's not terrible. I think he will take that. Let's have Min commit her Eureka. I want her to get some more cards. So Will is now 3-4, and Min will use her abilities to go 5-1. +1. All right. So we succeed. Min will Eureka. So the King in Yellow, Magnifying Glass, and Lucky. Oh, I'm sorry. It says the Performing Investigator. So York actually let Eureka's. I forgot about that. My bad. So we have Unscrupulous Loan, look what I found, and Schaffners. I think we'll stick with Unscrupulous Loan and just play it, actually. That's great. I'm going to need to shuffle Min's deck as well. But while I do, I'm going to draw her card, which is Black Stars Rise. Revelation, test 4 intellect. If you fail, you must either place 1 doom on the current agenda or take 1 horror for each point you failed by. This effect can cause the current agenda to advance. So she is testing currently at a 5-4. And she does have the ability to boost some. She only has 4 cards though, so that's bad. So we cannot actually boost. 5-4. I think she's willing to take some horror. Drawing a tablet is okay. Drawing a skull will pass us, actually. So I think she's fine. So I think she's just going to test. 5-4. All right. I'm shuffling that. 5-4. -1. All right, we just passed. Good. Good job, Min. All right. Let's have Min go first. She's going to play a Pathfinder for 3 resources. So that's 2 left. She's then going to use the Pathfinder, because she's not engaged with an enemy, to move to the Gardens of Luxembourg. The Gardens of Luxembourg Palace contain hundreds of scattered statues, monuments, and fountains. It would make for a relaxing walk if you hadn't come here to escape the winged creatures that screech and soar in the dark sky overhead. 3 shroud, 1 per clues. While a Byakhee enemy is moving, if there is an investigator at Gardens of Luxembourg, that enemy's location is considered to be connected to Gardens of Luxembourg. 2 clues. So we have 2 actions left because the Pathfinder move was free. We're going to investigate with 5 to 3. And yeah, 5 to 3. -4. We are 1 to 3. We failed by 2. Look what I found. So good. I totally planned that, right? I totally planned that. And we might as well advance. So Min still has 1 action left. So what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to try to zoom in again while I read things. So let's hope that works. So, Saint-Barnabé. If you spent clues to advance, you nearly bump into a tall man, his coat and hat as black as his skin is pale. You remember seeing him through the windows of St. Barnaby's church. His organ playing continues to haunt you. Spawn the set aside the organist enemy at the lead investigator's location, draped in mystery, side face up. Advance to Act 2A, Pursuing Shadows. Okay. So that's not this. So that is this guy. The organist, draped in mystery. 3 fight, no health, and 5 evade. Humanoid, avatar, elite. Aloof, cannot be damaged. Forced, at the end of the enemy phase, if the organist is unengaged, move it 1 location away from the nearest investigator to a location with no investigators if possible. If it is engaged, disengage it instead. I was creeping along, my feet almost refusing to move. Robert W. Chambers, the Court of the Dragons, the King in Yellow. He deals 1 horror. So he will spawn with York. At York's location, because he's aloof. Yep. And advance to Act 2A, Pursuing Shadows. So that is this one. The chords that echo in your mind, the infernal man whose organ playing intrigues and terrifies you. Perhaps there is a connection between this shadowy presence and the King in Yellow. As a reaction, after you successfully attack the organist, an investigator at your location may place 1 of their clues on the organist. Group limit player times per round, so group limit twice per round. Objective, if there are a total of 6 clues on the organist, we advance. All right. Min still has 1 action left. Sorry, I don't know, he's still there. Sorry, she also should have gained, no, she didn't, she did not successfully investigate, she failed that. She's going to draw a card. Another Archaic Glyphs. Okay, that's kind of poopy. All right, York, you have no clues, so there's no point to attack him. So I think we're gonna start playing an Unscrupulous Loan. So we gain 10 resources, and at the end of the scenario, if we have less than 10, then we have to exile it. But this is just for the fine print. Second action. Let's go to Notre Dame. Oh, if we go to Notre Dame, then he's forced to go to Gare d'Orsay, which is not terrible. But we want to start heading this way. I think for now we should focus on getting clues, and then we can sort of wail on him as we see fit. So yeah, let's just go to Notre Dame, the most famous cathedral in all of Paris, and one of the finest examples of Gothic architecture in the world. Notre Dame de Paris, Our Lady of Paris, is an icon of the city. Light shines out of its stained glass windows, and you can hear a pipe organ inside, blaring a bizarre, chaotic memory. 3 shroud, 1 per clues. Each enemy at Notre Dame gets -1 fight and +1 evade. As an action, willpower 6. If you succeed, either place a doom on the current agenda or remove a doom from the current agenda. Group limit once per game. Last action, we could try to get some clues. And then we can start attacking the organist. I'm not opposed to that. 2 to 3. Making a -1 or better. It's a little rough. What happens if we fail? Lose money? Let's have him. No, you know what? We're gonna try and be risky about this. So York is gonna investigate. He is 2 to 3. Auto fail. Okay, I'm fine with that. Anytime to draw an auto fail, that was fine with that. Yeah, he failed by 3. Whatever. Okay, enemy phase. At the end of the enemy phase, move 1 location away from the nearest investigator. To location if it is. Oh, interesting. So it would have to be, yeah, it has to go that way because the nearest investigator is both of them. Well, the nearest investigator, I mean, we're going to move them anyway. All right. Let's go to upkeep. York will draw. Hit me. A resource. Min will draw a deduction. That's good. And a resource. Need some more cards in hand, I think. All right, we are 2 of 6. William's encounter card is Torturous Chords. Revelation tests willpower 5. If you fail, put it into play in your threat area with 1 resource on it for each point you failed by. Each time you play a card, increase the cost of that card by 1 and remove 1 resource from Torturous Chords. If it has no resources, discard it. So we are testing 3 to 5. I think we're going to commit this stand together to go 4 to 5. Because otherwise the stand together itself will cost 1, so might as well just commit it. -2, so we are 4 minus 2, so we fail by 3. So put 3 resources on Torturous Chords. I think I'm okay with that. We are pretty good with money right now. Min's encounter card is Spires of Carcosa. Attach it to the location, then place 2 doom on the location. If there's no doom on attached location, we discard it. We can investigate our location to remove the doom. Okay. Investigate Pathfinder over there and get clues. Yeah, that might be okay. Okay. So let us investigate the Spires of Carcosa. We are going to commit this resourceful and use our ability. So 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3. -4. Oh, God. Wait, what were we at? 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3. Okay, so we actually succeeded. That is a 4, though, since there is 4 doom in play. Resourceful, I will return this liquid I found. And that's pretty good. Let's investigate again. We are 4, 5 to 3. 5 to 3. Sorry, we also gain a resource from Dr. Mylan, since that was a successful investigation. 5 to 3, that's kind of rough. I think I'm going to commit this 1 Archaic Eclipse. I don't think we need both. So we are 6 to 3. -1, we get the doom off. This goes away. We're going to Pathfinder over to York. And I think we're going to move up. So we're going to go to Le Marais. This historic district has recently become less aristocratic, but the old architectural masterwork remains. 1 shroud, 2 clues. After you enter Le Marais, for the remainder of the round, you cannot leave Le Marais. Throughout this region, you cannot shake the feeling that you are being watched. Something along the rooftops, ducks just out of your sight each time you peer upward. 1 shroud, 2 clues. Okay. That was Min's turn because she investigated Pathfinder and then moved. So York, I think we're going to go also to Le Marais and investigate. We are 2 to 1. Elder Sign. Holy shit. That's fantastic. What do we want from our discard pile? You could draw the man in the Paladin Mask. No, let's just grab this emergency cache level 3. And we succeed. Get a clue. Let's do that again. 2 to 1. -1. All right, York is getting work done. All right, so we have 2 of the 6 clues that we need. There is some more victory over here, so I want to get those first. Okay, let's go to enemy phase. End of enemy phase. The nearest one is here. So 1, 2, 3. So he actually, in fact, needs to move back to Montparnasse, right? It says away. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. No, it's here. Move it one location away from the nearest investigator. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So none of these are actually increasing the distance. So what do I do? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Weird. I actually don't know what to do here. I'm going to assume that it has to move at least one location and therefore put it down here. Sorry. If it can't, like, because technically this is closer to them and that is closer and also this is closer. So like no location is away from them. But I'm going to assume it has to move regardless. So that's what I'm doing. All right, let's go to upkeep. York will draw a beat cop level 2. That is fantastic. We have tons of money to play that, so I'm very ready to play it. Min will draw another look what I found. That's a lot of clues, and I'm thankful for that. All right, there's 3 doom out of 6. William's card is another Spires of Carcosa. So that is here with 2 doom. It's kind of annoying. Min will draw the yellow sign. Test for willpower. If you fail, take 2 horror and search your deck for a madness weakness. We don't have any willpower commits, do we? No, not really. All right, we're 4 to 4. How many cards do we have? We only have 4 cards. Never mind. 4 to 4. Elder sign. Wow. Okay, we pass. Good job, Min. Okay. Do we go for the Spires or just keep going? I think we'll do the Spires. Yeah. So let's investigate twice with Min. You're 5 to 1. -1. We'll get a doom off in just a sec. 5 to 1 again. +1. All right. And both of those were successful investigations, so we get 2 resources. With the doom off, Spires is gone. We're going to Pathfinder into Père Lachaise Cemetery, I think. The largest cemetery in Paris and its first garden cemetery. Père Lachaise is as beautiful as it is haunting. 1 shroud, 2 per clues. Forced. After you successfully investigate Père Lachaise Cemetery, you cannot leave Père Lachaise Cemetery until the end of the round. Paths of stone wind through rows of graves and countless mausoleums. The dense, twisting cemetery has you trapped in a state of melancholy, surrounded by death on all sides. Victory 1. All right, we want to get that. So we investigated, we have Pathfinder, and now let's investigate. We are 5 to... No, actually, we're going to play Archaic Glyphs. That's just more efficient, I think. All right, so that is Min's turn. York. We could get clues there. It might be possible. We're going to play B-Cup, though, for sure. Our assets are doing pretty well. I think Min actually has this covered. So let's go to Canal Saint-Martin. This underground canal connects the river Seine to the Canal de l'Ourcq. An old cracked staircase leads down to the canal's entrance. Canal Saint-Martin, 4 shroud, 2 clues. As a reaction, after you evade an enemy at Canal Saint-Martin, move that enemy to a connecting location, limit once per round. Victory 1 as well. Is it possible for us to cheese this? Oh, sorry. B-Cop costed 1 more because of torturous chords. 1, 2, and then this goes. Well, we have a hit me. I think it's possible. Let's try. So we're going to investigate. We're investigating at 2 to 4. Oh, auto fail. So no. Yeah, we can't hit me out of that. Okay. Enemy phase. So he is currently 1, 2. I think he has to move back to graveyard. Say again. I don't know if he has to move if he's currently the furthest from everyone, but I don't know. All right, Yorick will draw a graveyard ghouls. Finally, an enemy to kill, and he will gain a resource. Min will draw a lucky and will gain a resource. There is 4 out of 6 doom. William's encounter card is Deadly Fate. Revelation, test 3 willpower. If you fail, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. You must either draw that enemy or that enemy attacks you from the discard pile. If no enemy is discarded, take 1 horror instead. That's not bad. Okay, so we are 3 to 3. Zero. Okay, fine, we'll pass. That's fine with me. Min's encounter card is Black Star's Rise again. We are 5 to 4. There's 4 doom. I think we'll have to take it. 5 to 4. -4. I'm going to put a doom on. I think we have so much time, honestly. Skulls, however, are -5. So that's a little bit spooky, but whatever. Let's have Min go first. She's going to Archaic Glyphs. She is... Hold on. How many cards does she have? She has 4 cards. If she drew 1. Okay, so before we Archaic Glyphs, we're going to draw a card. Analytical Mind. Second action, we're going to Archaic Glyphs. She is 4, 5, 5, 2, 1. We need to succeed by 6 in order to get all 4 clues. So we're going to spend 3 resources to get +6 off of higher education. We are 4, 5, +6 is 11 to 1. Fine, one more. I just want to get this out of the way. 13. You spent 4 resources. 4, 5, +8. 13. -1. So we get all the clues. Good. We also get a resource from Dr. Mylan. We cannot leave this round because we investigated, but now our last action is going to be to play Analytical Mind. All right. Yorick. Chainsaw the Graveyard Ghouls. We are 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3. There is a -5 in the pack now. We have a hit me in case we need it, so I think we're okay. -3. We succeed. Kill the Graveyard Ghouls. We defeated an enemy, so let's play something from our discard pile. I think it's going to be the Schaffners. So that costs 3. And then it has 5 secrets. Second action. Yeah, let's do it. Let's investigate. Oh. Yeah, I think that's worth. Is it worth? Yeah. We're also going to play Bury Them Deep on the Graveyard Ghouls. Get out of here. Get the frick out of here. Sorry, that was his hand. Oops. Okay, we're good. No, I committed to stand together. There we go. Okay, we're going to investigate. We're 2 to 4. This is so dumb. We're going to try, though. 2 to 4. Okay. That's a -5. No way. So we're going to fail that. Let's try again. Sure. 2 to 4. -1. Okay. So we're going to play Hit Me. It costs 2. We're currently going below our threshold, by the way. So it's a little bit spooky. But this is gone now, so that's good. So we reveal another one. We are currently 1 to 4. Oh, shit. Alright, so we automatically fail. Oh, God. Hit Me, by the way, specifically says if you draw a skull as the second one, you just fail. So we busted. Alright, so that is their turn. Let's go to enemy phase. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think it just, yeah, it has to move here again. Alright. Yorick will draw. Upkeep. Look what I found. That's good. We're back at 10 resources. Min will draw a magnifying glass. Get a resource. And we are going to advance. So let's see what this says. Come on. I'm going to zoom in right now. Come on. There we go. All right. The first, other side. Daybreak. Birds start to chirp eagerly. An orange tint slowly spreads across the sky as the creatures of the night shrink back into the darkness. You spend most of the day resting, and the daylight passes quickly, with very little to show for it. Before you are able to fully recover from the previous night's events, it is evening once more. Each investigator disengages from each enemy engaged with them and may move to a connecting location. Move the organist one location away from the nearest investigator to a location with no investigators, if possible. So let's have Min move here since we're at a next round, so we can do that. And Yorick will. Where is Yorick going to move? You can move to Montmartre, right? Yeah, sure. Let's move to Montmartre. And then the organist, the nearest investigators will Yorick. Again, I think he has to move, so we have to move him there. Actually, no, we can move him to the Gardens of Luxembourg. That's the same distance, so okay. Okay. So we have the second night. The city stirs as cold shadows embrace the streets. There is danger all around you. Danger that you cannot escape. Danger that will follow you to the ends of the earth. When will this waking nightmare end? Same text. We have 5 Doom Threshold instead. All right. So let's zoom back out. And we are now ready to go for our encounter cards. Yorick will draw. The pale mask beckons if he's not in play. If he's in play, he attacks. Otherwise, we just find him. So I believe down here. Yeah. Min will draw. Torturous Chords. She is 4 to 5. And yeah, that's it. 4 to 5. Okay, that's a +1. Good for you, Min. We just passed. Off an Elder Sign. Alright, so let's go to our investigation phase. Oh, sorry. Yorick should have revealed Montmartre. You've heard this district to be vibrant and friendly, but the streets feel unusually lonely to you. 2 Shroud, 1 Precludes. As an action, spend a resource. Add a supply or ammo token to a card you control. Limit 1 per round. That's great. Cold rain pelts the streets. Every alleyway you pass is another hiding place for something sinister. Okay, that extra clues. Okay. So let's try and determine what we want to do this turn. William needs to get some more resources, I think, but Min also needs to do some stuff. Okay, so Min, you're going to investigate with 5 to 4 right now. I think we're going to just commit a deduction. Yeah, we're going to commit deduction, and we're also going to play Magnifying Glass for 1. So she is 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll use our ability to go 8 to 4. We also committed exactly 1 card with Analytical Mind, so we will draw a card. Lost Soul. Okay. This is a test, so we need to resolve this test first. So we're 8 to 4. Elder Thing is a -2, so we are good. We get 2 clues. And now we test this. So we have more doubt than conviction. We need to test intellect X. So we have 5 to 4 because that's our willpower. And that's it. 5 to 4. -1. We succeed. We do not take the damage. All right, next is Pathfinder. Pathfinder is going to move Min over here. We also successfully investigated, so we get a resource. Okay. Second action. Let's move to the Grand Guignol. The Théâtre du Grand Guignol specializes in horror shows of a graphic and sometimes amoral nature. It is among the smallest venues in Paris, and one of the most popular. 3 shroud, 1 precludes. Forced, after you reveal it, you must either take 2 horror or shuffle all non-weakness cards from your hand into your deck, then draw an equal number of cards. It seems the theater is performing a show about insanity. You wonder if they have ever performed The King in Yellow. I think we're going to take 2 horror. That's not so bad. That should be a clue. 2 horror, 1 on Dr. Mylan, 1 on ourselves. So we investigated, Pathfinder moved, and then we will investigate again. Sure. Actually, let's Arcade Cliffs. Why not? 4, 5, 6 to 3. -1. 5 to 3. We succeed by 2. Great! We got both clues. That is pretty good. Pretty good. All right. That's our turn. Yorick, what are you doing? Let's go to the Opera Garnier. And we need to start moving towards the organist to put some clues on him. So, the Palais Garnier is an ornate architectural masterpiece and one of the most famous opera houses in the world. Strangely, you find the main doors thrown wide open, and a dark mist creeps out from the doorway. 6 shroud, 2 clues. While you're investigating Opera Garnier, double the base value of your skill. A trail of blood leads up the grand staircase. Deep, cold mist envelops the room. You get the unmistakable feeling that there is something inhuman in the opera house. Okay, no victory. So I think we have all the victories, so that's good. So, yeah, we should probably start moving towards the organist. And or the man in the palette mask. Excuse me. Before we go, we're going to play this emergency cache level 3 to put 4 supply tokens on the chainsaw. And then maybe we should stick close to Min just in case though. So we're going to get a resource. All right. Enemy phase, the organist has to move away from us, which I believe is here. That man's still there. Let's go to upkeep. Yorick will draw and overpower. And we'll get a resource. Min will draw a perception. And we'll gain a resource. All right. So there is 1 doom out of 5. Yorick's encounter card is the yellow sign. Testing 4 willpower. Fail, take 2 horror, and get a weakness. All right. Oops. 3 to 4. Zero, fail by 1. We're going to take 2 horror. We're going to put it on the cherished keepsake, killing it. Then we need to search our deck for a madness. It's going to be the lost soul. Yep. So we now have to test, after this is gone. We have more doubt than conviction, so we test intellect X, so we are 2 to 3. Not great. Although I might chuck some, look what I found into that. Yeah, why not? It is 2 damage though. Whatever, let's just do it. We don't need these anymore, I think. So we're going to commit both of these. Get a +4, so we are 6 to 3. -1. All right, we got it. And that is done. All right, Min's encounter card is a Swift Byakuya. Prey, 2 fights, 3 health, 2 evade. Monster Byakuya. Prey, lowest remaining sanity. Hunter, retaliates. Forced, when Swift Byakuya would move via the Hunter keyword, instead, move it one location at a time until it enters its prey's location. If it's moved more than one location by this effect, it does not attack this phase. So it's going to come no matter what. York, move in. Chainsaw. 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 2. -4, we succeed. And we kill the Swift Byakuya. And we're going to play something from our discard pile. Bandages. Yeah. That costs 2 from the Schaffners, and it comes with 3 supplies. Alrighty. Last action, let's move back to the opera. Alright. We're going to have Min try and go with the Man in the Pallid Mask, I think. So she's going to Pathfinder down here. And she's going to move. Georg Dorset. Sorry, I should read it. Built in 1900, the train station was the first urban station in the world to use only electric trains. 4 Shroud, 1 Precludes. As an action, spend a resource. Move to any rail location. And that is any of the ones around here. Yeah, these ones. You'd expect the station to be bustling, but it is eerily abandoned, save for a few passengers who wander the station in slow, meandering steps. Excuse me. Yeah, second action, because this was a Pathfinder, and then, sorry, she was here, right? So Pathfinder, move. We're going to investigate. Difficulty 4. We're currently 4, 5, 6 to 4. We're going to commit a perception. To go 8 to 4, we committed exactly 1 card. So we will draw a card off of Analytical Mind. It is a shortcut. Great. -1. All right. So we succeeded. So we draw a card off of Perception. It is Dr. Mylan. We defeat this guy. We get a tally mark. We have 6 tally marks. That's great. I love that. I feel like I usually don't get that many this far, but I'm doing pretty well, I think. And then, here's a trick. Min's going to play a shortcut to move to the Organist. And now in the enemy phase, he moves 1 location away from Min. We're going to move him to Montparnasse. And I think that is pretty cool. All right, let's go to Upkeep. William will draw. Stand together. Gain a resource. Min will draw an Ice Pick. Gain a resource. We have enough clues for everything now, so I don't think we actually need the Ice Pick, but who knows. All right, we have 2 Doom out of 5. York will draw. Ooh, a Screeching Byakuya. It's a little upsetting, but we have the time now, so I think that's fine. 3 Fight, 4 Health, 3 Evade, Monster Byakuya. Prey, lowest remaining sanity, Hunter. While engaged with an investigator with remaining sanity of 4 or fewer, Screeching Byakuya gets +1 Fight and +1 Evade. And Min's card is a Stealthy Byakuya. 5 fights, 2 health, 3 evade, Monster Byakuya, Hunter. While Stealthy Byakuya is exhausted, it gets -3 fight. Wow. Okay. Might have to try and evade. We have a lucky, so that's fine. Let's start with York. So we're going to attack with the chainsaw. Yeah. We are 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3. Yes, 7 to 3. Where's my bag? Here it is. -2, we will deal 3 damage, and then we will use Beat Cop and the bandages to deal the last damage, killing it, putting the victory display, since it is victory 1. And we will play something from our discard pile, probably just a Cherished Keepsake. Yeah. Cherished Keepsake. Second action. What are we doing? We need to get to Min. So we're going to move here. And third action, what are we going to do? Yeah. Either we move to Min, like, immediately, or just go to the Organist. Yeah. So, that's a little tricky. I wonder, can Min evade this thing? That's the question. Min has Lucky. That's all she has. I'm not sure if she can, actually. Fight, move. Fight, move, and then go there. I think that's just how it's going to be. No. He's going to stay there and draw a card. A knife. Okay. Min, you're going to try and evade. You're 2 to 3. We have no icons, but we have a Lucky. That's all we have. So here's hoping. 2 to 3. -1. Holy shit, we did it! Lucky! Good job, Min. I knew you could do it. I believed in you. So these guys evaded. We're gonna Pathfinder down. Are we? Yes, we have to. Okay. There's no point to doing the Organist. Maybe we just meet up with the Will, I think. Yeah. So, this was, you know what? I should have moved there. If I thought that I was going to succeed, I should have moved there with Yorick so that Min could stay there. It would engage her, and then Yorick could go and kill. Oh no, I don't know actually. That's really annoying. What happens if she engaged? It wouldn't move. That's right, and she can take a horror. That's totally fine. So we are going to draw a card first. It is another Lucky, and then we're going to engage the Organist. Good. Enemy phase. At the end of the enemy phase, if it is unengaged, however, if it is engaged, we just disengage it. Good. It'll basically just stay there. And then we go to upkeep. This guy's going to ready. Yorick is going to draw a Gravedigger Shovel. And then Min will draw a Eureka. Gain a resource. Alright, so there is 3 Doom out of 5. Yorick will draw Deadly Fates, so we need to test 3 willpower. He's going to draw an enemy if he fails, so let's commit this stand together. So 4 to 3. -1. We succeed. Wow. I did not expect that. Min will draw. Hunted by Byakuya. This is a new one. Revelation. Test Agility 6. If you fail, reveal the top X cards of the encounter deck, where X is the amount you failed by. If at least 1 Byakuya enemy is revealed by this effect, choose and draw one of them. If at least 1 Omen Treachery is revealed by this effect, take a horror, shuffle the encounter deck. Reveal. Okay, so not discard. 2 to 6. -1. 1 to 6, we fail by 5. So the top 5 cards of the encounter deck, that's 4. Here's 5. Terror, Omen, Pact, Byakuya. So Omen, she takes a horror. Byakuya, we're going to draw the Screeching Byakuya. And then shuffle the encounter deck. So not terrible. We got a victory out of it. But I'm really hoping that we can kill this Organist, or do the Organist thing soon. Sorry, Min should also have taken a horror from its attack. So let's do 1 more horror from the Organist. There we go. Okay. So that is on Min now. Yorick, move to the Montparnasse. Attack with the chainsaw against the Screeching Byakuya. -1, we succeed. Deal 3 and then beat Cop bandages into killing it. So we killed something. We can play something for a discard pile. I don't think we actually need to, though. Yeah, it's just a bunch of items in hand slots. So nope. And then last action, he's going to engage the organist, I think. Yeah. So, Min, do you think you can actually attack the organist? That's the question. We do have some commits. We have a lot of commits, actually. Yeah, let's do it. So Min is going to, first, she's going to fast out an ice pick. My play area is getting very, very messy. It costs 1. So she is 2, 3. We have a lucky. So Yorick is going to commit a Gravedigger's Shovel to go 5 to 3. -4. We will lucky out of that. Sorry. So we successfully attack it. So we put a clue on the organist. Someone will. We'll do it for Min. I'm going to put on the act just to keep track. Let's do it again because we have a limit of twice per round. So we are now 2 to 3. York is going to commit Overpower and use Min's ability to get +3. So that puts us at 5 to 3. That's the best we can do. -3. God damn it. We fail. Yeah, 5 to 3. Damn it. So Min deals a damage to York. That's fine. Alright, enemy phase. Screeching Byakuya is going to hunt to us. It doesn't have prey, so it's going to choose York. York's going to attack, taking a total of 2 horror on the Cherished Keepsake, and then 2 damage on himself. And then the Organist is going to disengage, and now we can go to upkeep. So, York is going to draw another Beat Cop. Gain a resource. Min is going to draw the Necronomicon, which actually does not help. Well, it helps. It gives us skill value, so that's good. Okay, we are 4 out of 5. York will draw another Torturous Chords. I think that's fine. 3 to 5. -2, so 4 resources on it. Min will draw Frozen Fear. That's annoying, but manageable. Manageable. Okay. Min. Engage the Organist. Oh no, we can't do that. Never mind. We can if she just plays... Okay, I see. Okay, so then instead, let's go to York. He's going to chainsaw this Stealthy Byakuya. We have 4, 5, 6, 7 to 5. 7 to 5, we're going to commit this knife. And this Beat Cop. Yeah, we're going to commit both of these. So we're 9 to 5. -4, we succeed. I'm glad we committed those. So this guy will die. It will play something for a discard pile via this Cherished Keepsake. These will go away. We have 2 actions left. Sorry, Cherished Keepsake costs 1. Yeah, we will engage the Organist. Then we will fight with a chainsaw, I think. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3. -2. Min will put a clue on the Organist, aka on this act. Alright. Min, you are going to play the Necronomicon, overriding the Magnifying Glass. Oh, she doesn't have the money. Never mind. Shoot. I thought that would have worked. I guess we'll have to just go with it. Next turn. Okay. Fight the Organist. Will is going to commit his chainsaw using Min's ability to get +4. So she is 6-3. We're going to exhaust Ice Pick to go 7-3. -2. We can put another clue on the act. So we have 3 left. That is our limit for the turn. So we're done there. We have 2. Oh, we have 1 action left because that costs 2 actions with Frozen in Fear. Last action, we're going to gain a resource. All right. Enemy phase. Organist hits Yorick. 1 on the cherished keepsake. And then let's go to upkeep. Yorick will draw bandages. Sorry, the Organist also disengages. And then he gets a resource. Min will draw. Shortcut. Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot to test this Frozen in Fear. So we're going to commit this Eureka and use Min's ability on it. So we are 4, 5, 6, 3. Sorry, we also Analytical Mind. So, okay, we would have exhausted Analytical Mind. It would have ready during upkeep. We would have drawn that shortcut. And now we're Eureka. 6-3. -4, so we actually fail. Okay, that's fine. Okay, then we actually upkeep with a Guts and a resource. All right, and we are advancing. A red sun rises. To your relief, the sun once again begins to rise, peaking just over the eastern horizon and casting long shadows across the city streets. You are completely exhausted from the night's events. It feels as though you haven't slept in weeks. Perhaps you haven't. Each investigator disengage, move the Organist. And, okay, so move the Organist, so he has to move, let's say, to Gyarados. Yeah, we don't need to move, actually. If Jordan Perry's not listed, no, we killed him. We good. All right, and the final act, we have basically 2 rounds to do this. The third night. On the evening of your third night in Paris, a desperate resolve stirs within you. This cat and mouse game cannot go on any longer. One way or another, this night will end it. Same text, 5 Doom Threshold. And now our encounter cards. Yorick will draw. Marked by the sign. Revelation test 2 willpower. If you fail, take 2 horror. If the man in the palette mask is in play, horror dealt by this effect is considered direct horror in this test. It's +2 difficulty. He is not in play, though. We are 3-2. -0. Good job. Min's card is Hunted by Byakuya, so she is 2-4. 2-6. Elder Sign is a +1, so we fail by 3. Look at the top 3 cards. Deadly Fates, False Lead, and a Byakuya. Fuck. So Omen, she takes a horror. And then she has to draw this Byakuya. That's annoying. I think that is the last Byakuya in the deck, though. This is also like the last cards in the deck, so not a lot of difference there. Okay. And that is gone. No, here it is. Okay. We don't need to evade it. Good shortcut. We could just take a hit by playing the Necronomicon. That's honestly probably what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna play the Necronomicon. It costs 3. Take an attack of opportunity, so we take 2 damage and a horror. 2 damage. Horror. Yep. Comes in with 6 secrets. We're going to spend 4 of the secrets to just kill this thing. It's dead. We're not engaged with an enemy, so we Pathfinder up. Move, fight, or evade. Okay. So so far we've done 1 action. We're going to engage the Organist. We only have one action left, and we can't use that with Frozen in Fear. So, in fact, actually, sorry. Before we engage the Organist, I'm just going to draw. I'm going to gain a resource. Okay, York. Frozen in Fear. She's going to commit a Guts. 4, 5, 6. We're going to use her ability to go 7 to 3. We also should have done an analytical mind to draw a card. It's resourceful. And then we get a -0. So we succeed. We draw another card from Guts, which is another Guts. And we get rid of this. Okay. A lot of things happening. Sorry about that. Yorick. Move here. First action. Second action. Attack the Organist with this chainsaw. 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3. Zero. We will use one of Min's clues on the axe. Let's go again. 4, 5 to 3, and that's it. We don't have anything, do we? Min could do a resourceful. Sure, why not? 6 to 3. -1. All right. Another clue on the act. We only need one more. Min will resourceful back. Probably a lucky. Yep. To her hand. All right. Organist will attack Min. She takes a horror. She's currently at 6 horror. That's not great. Then the Organist will disengage. It will go to upkeep. I think we're really close. We're really close to this. York will draw a vicious blow, gaining a resource. Min will draw scavenging, gain a resource. I think it all comes down to this Mythos phase. 1 doom out of 5. York will draw, marked by the sign. That's fine if he fails this. He is 3 to 2. -3, he fails. So he's going to take 2 horror. That's fine. 1 on the beat cop, 1 on the chair's keepsake, killing it. Lastly, Min. A Swift Byaku. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. York, first action, engage the Organist. Then he will fight 4, 5, commit vicious blow, and use Min's ability to go 6, 7 to 3. Zero. We got it. All right. Wow. Put a clue on the act. There are 6 clues on those clues are on the Organist. Okay. So we did it. Wow. It's been a long time since I played this version of the scenario. It's very, very different from the other version, obviously. All right. So that is our act. Lost Lamb. You pursue your quarry through a narrow avenue, passing a set of heavy iron gates. You are in a dead end, a court with tall, odd houses on either side. You close the gates behind you and turn back toward the shadowed figure just as day begins to break. Rays of light peek out over the skyline, and you lift your hand to block the gaze of the sun. Then, as though dispersed by the sunlight, the figure you had been chasing folds into the shadows and vanishes. You search the court for the mysterious figure, but there is no sign of him anywhere. Just as you are about to leave, you spot a plaque next to a red-brown door atop a steep, narrow staircase. It reads, N. Engram. Check campaign log if you intruded on a secret meeting. We did. We proceed to resolution 2. Alrighty. Resolution 2. Two. Here it is. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. Resolution 2. You can only assume this house belongs to Nigel Engram, the director of the King in Yellow. At last you have finally found your quarry, and yet it is of little relief to your straining sanity. You feel like a dog being led by a leash, your fate decided by a cruel master who has long kept you in the dark. You push these gloomy thoughts to the back of your mind and knock on Mr. Engram's door. A flock of magpies scatters from the rooftop at the sudden noise. Then, to your surprise, the door opens. Across the threshold of the doorway stands a tall man with a thick brown mustache. A familiar silver-handled cane leans against the wall next to his coat hanger. "So it's you," he says. "Come in. I have expected you for some time now." He turns away and walks toward his kitchen. You can hear a teapot whistling, as though he'd been preparing for your arrival. You enter his home, unsure of what to do next. This gentle, unassuming man is not quite what you had expected. Nigel's home is a mess of notes, old books, and strange diagrams. Covering the coffee table in his living room is an old, faded map bearing many folds, creases, and tattered edges. It looks to be an incomplete map of the catacombs beneath Paris, or at least a section of it. Mr. Engram returns moments later with hot tea and a plate of cheese and crackers. "I assume you're here to find the path to Carcosa," he asks, wearing an excited grin. He paces back and forth around the room as he speaks rapidly. "He told me that you will be arriving soon, that I should prepare." Nigel turns towards you as he reaches the wooden door across from you, his eyes flashing. "Don't worry, all is ready. The way is paved." He opens the door to his study and steps inside, leaving you behind to interpret his cryptic comments. You wait a few minutes for him to return, but when he does not, you begin to worry. Then, you notice that mold has already begun to grow over the cheese he'd brought you. "Mr. Engram," you call out, and you hesitantly knock on the door to his study. There is no response. When you enter the room, you find him hanging from the ceiling fan, his body rotting from weeks of decomposition. Record in your campaign log that you found Nigel Engram. Each investigator suffers one mental trauma from the shock of their discovery. Each investigator earns 2 additional experience as they gain insight into the machinations of the Tattered King. Remove all cultist, tablet, and Elder Thing tokens from the Chaos Bag, then add 2 tablets to the Chaos Bag. Jordan Perry, nope. Each investigator earns experience equal to the Victory X value of each card in the Victory display. All right, zooming out here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the 2 we just got, plus the 3 in the Victory display is 9 XP. Wow, 9 XP. Good job, everybody. We also earn a mental trauma, and that is it. Great. All right. Whew. This scenario is really cool. Obviously, it's super different between if you're doing doubt or conviction, and I love that. Super thematic. All right, I'm going to go clean this up and talk about upgrades. So for Yorick, both had 9 XP to spend. Yorick is going to spend 2 on another backpack, 4 on some upgraded Vicious Blows, and the last 3 on a Charisma to hopefully get those double beat cops out. She's going to be getting rid of Knife and the other 2 Vicious Blows, of course. Vicious Blow level 2s are pretty good, I think. Min, with 9 XP, she's going to get her second Pathfinder, and then she's going to get 2 copies of Cryptic Research. Card draw good. And here's the plan. What we do is we have Min go first, play Cryptic Research on Yorick so he can get more items out with geared up. This is the plan. She's going to get rid of the 2 old key rings as well as 1 Eureka. All right. Well, that was that scenario. We did well. Actually, I think we did perfect. And next time, we're going through the Catacombs of Paris. If you like this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. It really helps out the channel. This has been SuperFade99, signing off.